Everyone, cool, we live now. So how is it going? With you again, Yaroslav Shvets, and today we will discuss all topics about cardio exercises. So for the new people and the beginners, hopefully there will be a lot of useful information. And yeah, today we'll make a little bit different our cardio work without a super deep discussion about the sense of life and etc. But if your mind get addicted to it and you want to discuss something really deep, yeah, just send a comment. Why not? Probably we'll have quite enough time for it. And yeah, let's check the sounds and picture how it's look like. So please put E plus or minus this picture right and sound as well. For now it shows. Is it fine? I hope so. And about the content in general, if you're lazy to type anything, just put plus or minus whatever. And yeah, any comment about really useful information or some cool experience or any other stuff, like maybe some cool books or cool video, yeah, just put it on. We'll be glad for check it as well. So actually I'll share not only my experience and experience on other guys with who I'm training and what I collected during the years, I would say. And it will be a big mix of all of the information from different articles, books, and so on. Yeah, if you want to be a specialist in something, just read a couple books. If it's cardio, okay, about cardio, blood system, blood vessels, your heart, and so on, and you'll know much more about. So basically it's same like everything. When you want to buy a new car, you try to research market about the cars, what type of car you need, and all the capacity and so on. And a week later you will know so much more about. Same about the TV or phone or computer. If you have no idea about, you start research, spend several hours or days, and you almost became an expert, and you can discuss with other people everything about the new graphic cards and processors and so on, and what brand is better, etc, etc. So you got my point, right? So yeah, let's come back to the cardio exercises. So many people not give much importance to it, but I would say it's really important. It's maybe even more important than you do the regular exercises, because everything about your heart, what you should take care really well, you need to cherish like your small baby, and it's pretty obvious you cannot go so far without it. So basically for be well, you need like be active, like do something or just walk 1 or 2 hours a day. So if you feel fine, you can walk 2 hours at once, so you can split it on the 2 times. But if you don't have time, you can do like walk 1 hour a day, or split it on 2 times, like half an hour in evening and half an hour in the morning. So let's say about benefits for your heart most of all, but now more people try to know more about cardio exercises because of the burning fat, because we live in a super good time. We can afford so much food, we can get fat easily, and afterwards we don't know what to do with all of that energy, and we want to look good, we want to look fat, don't look fit, sorry, don't miss the fitness with the fatness. And it one of the way what give you ability effectively burn the calories. Yeah, today probably I found not the best place for walk. It's so crowded, but all right, whatever. So yeah, it's all about your heart health, and it's supposed to be active. So all of your muscles supposed to work, and it would give you the right amount and hormones and everything would affect your mood and everything. So well, you can read any research. So basically for your brain, for your body, it doesn't matter what how big is failure you have or how big is the winning, because your body produces a certain level of hormones and your body has certain reactions on it. So for your body, it doesn't matter you found $100 on the street or you win a lottery of $10 million, you will get the same level of hormones, and both of the person will feel the same. So same, I don't know, your bicycle was stolen, you feel really sad. And in Aussie man, the house was burned, but level of hormones might be same and they had the same feelings. So basically for our brain, if we will talk about really physical being, it's pretty much the same. So I try to bring you to the point I want to. When we eat like more or less healthy food, some grains, a bit beans, fruits and vegetables, from where we can take necessary amino acids for produce what dopamine or serotonin we need, and we feel absolutely well and fine. Same like in little bit activity, what helps to produce it as well, all of the neurotransmitters we need, and we feel good. So basically it's really simple and cheap way for keep your mental state quite balanced and stable. Okay, probably I'll get a little bit further away from my cardio exercises, but I try to bring all of the pieces in 1K, because you know you cannot separate such things like your hormone system, your blood, what I say correctly, your blood pressure, state of your heart, state of your mind, because everything connected. And if you go to the doctor, probably you'll go to a different doctor who will check your nose or your brain or your eye, but you know, they're everything connected. You was hit it somewhere on your leg and you can have a pain in your back, or you was fell and hit your head and you have some side problem and so on. Everything connected. So that's why I try to bring all of the parts in once. And yeah, hopefully you join me for the cardio today, so we'll have enough time for discuss all of the necessary topics. I mean, most important one. So we need to be keep active, preferably every day, or at least 4 or 5 days a week. For instance, yesterday done a hard training on the legs, today I'm resting, and tomorrow another hard training on the back. On in between, I can do the cardio, and so we're pretty much fine. So for be well, you can do it like at least half an hour a day. If you fit, you don't need to burn any extra fat in your body. If need, probably it's supposed to be longer. It's supposed to be like 1 hour plus some additional training with the weights, or I don't know what you do, gymnastics or yoga, boxing, fitness, anything. And if you're in a, let's say, heavyweight category, so you need to be fit, but you contain, let's say, quite high amount of calories. So maybe you need to do cardio for be fit, like even every day, plus your trainings. But if you feel well, it might be 3 or 4 times a week. For some people, it's quite enough, just 2 times a week. Especially like people who have, let's say, guys with a weight like 65, 75 kilo. So basically, it's not much what need to burn. But still, you can use it for increase your appetite, like a bit of running, jumping, start jumps, whatever. You can increase your appetite, and you can use it for gain some weight also if you feel yourself quite skinny. So basically, it's not only about losing weight or burning fat. So basically, they have we can say 5 types of cardio exercise, and all is different. And it's a big difference. Let's say for the normal cardio, you do just walking or swimming or walking on the stairs, whatever. You can do the HIIT cardio, what is totally different. With a short amount of time, let's say 30 seconds, you give all of your potential. So you spend a maximum energy you can. So you're working not on 100%, you're working at 200%. Take a short rest and go again. So let's say you can do the burpees or start jumps, run in one place, or you can do any kind of speed up exercises. In my case, what works really well for me, I can share it with you as well, and not only for me, for my mate also. You can run like 100 meters, and you run it with a full speed. You use much energy what you can. basically, if you will run like 60 meters, it might be not enough to spend enough calories, energy, whatever. And if you run more, you already start to burn your muscles, what we try to avoid, and we try to keep it for the even bigger guys with huge muscles. So if you're just really new, you can run 4-6 times. So just run 100 meters, take back to your normal breath and go again. And of course, 4-6 times it will be not really useful. You need to run at least 10 times or more. Then you will feel the effect, at least a couple times per week. So then you can notice you get the effect from it, I think even with a few weeks time, 1 month's time, whatever. So yeah, instantly probably you will not see much result. So if you're new, do your best 4, 5, 6 times and after increase it and you'll get the super fit. Why 100 meters? I already explained. I think it's a best distance what might work for you. And if you're in really like good condition, you can take like 1 minute rest and run again, 1 minute rest and run again. If not, okay, take it longer, 2-3 minutes, whatever. So basically, when you're working hard at the gym, it doesn't matter how hard you sweat. People usually think, oh, I sweat really hard, so probably I'll burn a lot of fat. Actually not. So it's just you're losing water. You drink water again and everything come back. In some boxing or wrestling training, people lose like 3 kilo weight, but there isn't water. It's nothing compared to the fat. It's basically the same what I explained before. If we talk about a run, long distances, for sure you burn your muscles, but still you can do it sometimes and see how your shape are. Can you afford it or not? And if we take like distance in the 400 meters, I would say the most difficult one, because you running more than 100 meters and you do it like on a maximum your capacity, so you spend all of the energy. It's super difficult, and yeah, you will burn some muscles with it. And the long distances, basically when you run, you spend just a little bit by little your energy for do it longer as possible, so it will be way more easier. So long distances and 100 meters is way more easy than you run 400 meters. But what I not do for save the muscles, because yeah, we spend so lot of time with the dietary, counting our protein amount in the food, sweating in the gym, and after with some exercises you just burn all of the muscles. But some people, they gain weight quite easily, so it also depends from your body type. So they can do like CrossFit, can do a lot of static exercises, they can run long distances, and they still feel fine with it. So basically, probably we're supposed to discuss why some people they exomorph and another endomorph. Why some people not digest almost anything, they just eat and take really small amount of calories from it, and another people vice versa, they eat so small amount of food and they digest like everything from it. So they seems like almost not eat anything and they still can gain weight and even get fat. So basically the best research was done. I try to explain you that just for make it more clear and give you more precise picture in it, because not every person who can give you some suggestion might works for you. Let's say if some guy really easy or girl gaining weight and you're not, so probably all of the tips that will be useless for you, and vice versa. If someone just literally cannot gain any weight, can eat sweets on the night and so on, and you have an opposite body type, so all of the tips, it will make everything just worse. So, okay, let's come back to research what was made after the Second World War. It was research on a woman, so it was based quite precise statistic. I mean the pregnant women. and the kids afterwards. So basically, really important about your genetics. And it's not only genetics what was transferred from your grandparents to your parents and from your parents to you, and also about the environment and connection from your mom when you was pregnant with you, let's say, or with some other person. So by the connection with the environment, it can give to the baby another kind of program. And one of the program what we're discussing now is we're talking about the way it how much insulin should be produced and how much percent we should digest from the food and so on. And this program, it will stay with you for all of your life. Okay, so now I'll try to explain more clearly. Some women, they had like a lot of food during the pregnancy process, during all of the 7 or 9 months, depend. So the baby have always signals. So outside environment, eat a lot of food, a lot of calories. So I'll be safe and fine. I don't need that much, and I can digest a little bit. That's why some people, they can eat a lot of food and everything just go for waste, you know, because they digest just a really small percent from all of this food, and they can eat sweets, anything they want in the night or whatever, and they will never get fat. And this, let's say, level will be really different. And another woman who was struggling with not enough food, they send a different signal to the baby. So outside we have an environment where not enough food during a long process. So we should be really careful with all of the calories we have. So any food what will come to your body will need digested full. So that's why in other people, especially whose parents didn't eat much, they can eat really small amount of food and will digest it all. So with a really small amount of food, they can gain weight and get fat easily. Okay, still works well. And it's have like a huge variation to it. If we go, let's say, to our history, depend how much we can believe in that. It's a really cool book you can read. And yeah, it basically based on theory from series and series from series, but it made quite strong sense. You don't need to believe it, we can just assume it. So, book called History of Humanity. It's quite cool, really easy to read, whatever. So, I want to take just a small part. Let's say what I'm not believing, we became like, doesn't matter. The creator made us, or aliens, or we came from monkeys, that doesn't matter. And before we was like cavemen, or just living like tribes in really primitive ways. And basically we didn't done any agriculture. So always was a super active, running, hunting, find any berries or food around and just eat it straight away. So basically you cannot carry too much food, so any fruits you can find, you just try to eat it on a place as much as you can, same berries or roots. So basically I think it's in our genetics already, such hunger to the calories. So when you start to eat some fast carbs, you cannot stop, you just load it and load it. Same as the sweets, you start to eat sweets, so it's such as the drugs. When you start to eat it, you cannot stop, because you need to load it. Who knows, maybe after next week or so you will have no food, and all of the fat you stored now, you can use it later. But we live in a totally different environment, we don't need it anymore, and maybe need hundreds years of that for change the program in our body and change the DNA working another way. Who knows? And yeah, why we have to be active? We working hard, all of our ancestors, hunting, running, to catch the animals, or running animals not catch us, and so on. So probably to be active, it's part of our genes, what we need to take care of as well. And this might be useful if you're quite fit, if you need to run, catch someone, you can do it, or you need to run from, whatever. And if you live in a really super safe environment, you never know, whatever. Of course, if you're somewhere in the jungle, some desert, whatever, you should be like 10 times stronger than now. And yeah, we have weapons and super cool technology and whatever, infrastructure, so we're not afraid of animals anymore. But if you face to face any horrible crocodile, elephant, whatever, you will feel how weak and miserable in reality you are, and basically you're not able to do much. And yeah, it's like a common sense, just checking if this works, because usually it's disconnected. So all of these things we can discuss for quite a long time. Still, let's stop on the important topics. Why we supposed to do the cardio exercises, not only in a way for burning fat. Let's say you are done sport like 10 years or whatever, from a sports school, you've been in a gymnast or boxer or wrestler or anything else. Actually, it not really matter at all. So you always was sportive and active. And then, let's say you got a family or kids or your business or strict work when you have no free time. So yeah, you don't need to believe any of my word, any single word. Just make a small research, you will find a lot of articles about. So I try to mention that heart disease problem, like stroke or any other, even these cases. So when sportsmen stop to do any activity, and you've been active like lives years before, and then you just stop 1, 2, 3 years and you have a heart problem and maybe even can die. So basically you cannot just stop and that's it. So if you done sport for last years and maybe even try to get ready for a competition, so in professional sports, if you stop, for sure you'll have a serious heart problem. Even it will be not serious, just try to avoid it, because it's your life, it's your health, and better to enjoy it rich and healthy than poor and not healthy. So the best what you can do, simple, cardio, 1 hour of cardio. You will not do it every day, you can do it like 3-4 times a week, it might be enough. If you cannot do it 40 or 60 minutes, what will be better, okay, just do it half an hour a day, some swimming, walking on the stairs, just I don't know, use a resistance band or jumping, whatever, can be anything. Even a yoga, it helps much, but it can prevent a lot of problems in the future. Just a common sense. Okay, and now let's discuss a little bit about fat burning, what everyone just so intense. So yeah, I'm sorry what I press on a different topics in a different direction, but in my opinion, it's a little bit better for keep your attention and bring the pieces close in once. If I'm super sucks on it, yeah, everyone hater and all of the who will put some critic, I'm really open to it, and yeah, I'll use it for be a bit better in it. As I said earlier, yeah, for be really cool in something, need to spend hours on it, and just start it. But definitely I'm not so good in that. All right, so fat burning, don't be lazy, just go online. We now like super lucky we have online connections. Other case, if you don't have, just go to any library, it will be easy to find, or internet cafe or whatever. Find a table, a schedule for the age and what heartbeat it's supposed to be for the certain age for the do the cardio. So if you're young still, young age, so your activity should be much higher than older people, and your pulse and heartbeat should be different than older people. And the older you get, your activity should be like less and less and less active. So let's say if you're 20 years old, you can do with the cardio and play volleyball, or I don't know, make small jogging, whatever, quite active. But if you're already 30 years old and you will play volleyball quite active, so probably you'll burn more your muscles, and as a cardio, it will be too active and you will not burn much fat. So you can do the fast walk. And if you're like 40 or 50 years old, your walking shouldn't be such fast when you sweating and maybe get like close to like out of breath. But for cardio, you shouldn't sweat too much and you shouldn't be out of breath actually. So just find the table, see the heartbeat for your age. I don't know what's your age. Same for the certain age, your dietary should be different. So for young people, they don't need a lot of good fat. So 20% will be more than enough. When you get older, probably it should be like 30, 35, depend from your activity, and you'll get like really old, it might be 40 or even 45% of good fat for your health. Same amount of protein for younger people, amount of protein should be bigger because they grow than for the elder people, and so on. So the time of the cardio. If you really want to burn your fat, better do it early morning. The best time 6, 7 a.m. when your hormones going up and supposed to be on an empty stomach, or late evening. So that you, let's say, eat it in a 6, 7 p.m. better 6 or 5. So it's meaning 7 or 8 after a couple of hours. You already digest your food and you can walk. So let's say in time of 40-45 minutes, you'll put your sugar down, you burn some calories, and it's time to take energy, a little bit of fat. So all of the mono type working really slowly and boring, everything what like will use your fat. So the good time it's like, let's say 60 minutes or longer, or instead of that you can run 30 minutes and another half an hour you can walk. Or if you're such fit, you can run hour, another half an hour walk, or hour walk, or you can walk before they go to the gym or after gym, or can be before and after, like 15 or 20 or 30 minutes, whatever. But reduce the way, it's everything connect to your calories. It's really simple math. It's how calories you eat and how much calories you spend. That's it. So if you overload yourself with the food, you can do the cardio during all day and you will not get much result. So without managing your dietary, it will not go anywhere. And it's not only important how much you eat, it's what you eat. Of course, if you eat fast carbs, but it will be only like 1,500 calories, whatever, yeah, you will still lose some weight, but it will be much better if you use some slow carbs. I explained already slow and fast carbs, and if you eat like junk food all the time and you strictly stop doing that and go to slow carbs, probably you'll feel like you have no energy, and maybe all of the months you will be like too slow and you need some time to get used to it. So when I was on a raw food, during 3 months I eat only fruits. And you know, you like feel a lot of energy, especially after slow carbs. You eat just fruits and you have damn so much power. Go working out. Yeah, if you eat potato and some meat, I don't think so you'll have some energy go for a run after it. But if you eat fruit salad, normal salad, you can go run straight away. So it's quite cool. So after fruit diet, when I was a fruitarian, there's so many tarians now, I skipped to the slow carbs, beans, seeds, different grains, and it feels like you have no power at all. Like you cannot move much, little bit of sleepy, and you need to come back to it. But it's a long chain of carbohydrates. So it would digest slowly and give you energy piece by piece, little by little, how it's supposed to be. It basically still, if you believe in the history we came from the cavemen, it's really natural way of what food we took before, and slow carbs is really natural to us compared to fast carbs, what nearly kill us and make our organs bigger, make insulin levels so high and so on, what basically not so good for us. And it might be the reason why we're killing ourselves by the food we're eating every day. And we do it not even every day, we do it a few times a day. So yeah, and if you skip to the slow carbs month's time, you will feel fine. And what the benefits, you will not feel hungry because it digests slow time, and you always have kind of feelings you are full. It's nothing compared to hungriness. If you are fasting, 7-10 days, maybe after that you'll understand what the feelings, what we call hungry is. So in reality we just feel empty or very empty. Nothing compare what we starving to death. And just a delusion, especially if you produce a lot of insulin days, years, whatever. But yeah, as I suggest before, don't change food straight away. Just do it step by step, slowly, so you will not feel any stress. You will not have such feelings like, okay, I'm give up, I want my chips and fish, whatever. So it will be much more easy to you. Same like you on a high protein diet or raw diet or whatever. Yeah, if you eat more raw food, so percent of digestion will be quite low as well, close to the zero, I would say. And yeah, even the grains, it depends what you do with the grains. If you just grow and eat, percent of digestion will be very low. If you boil it, it will be a bit higher. If you like make a bread from it, will be even more higher, and so on. So basically it's different levels. So as I said, importance not only how much you eat and what you eat. So if you will eat right amount of proteins, slow carbs, raw fat, so you'll get even more results. Plus, you will not feel such hungry. You can eat less, so you can cut your calories and get much quicker results you want. And yeah, if you can afford it, to increase your activity, do it some trainings or fitness, whatever you do, and the cardio, you will get some results quite quick. So you can make small notes, or even on any phone or watch, electronic watch, you can see how much calories approximately you spend a day. You can make calculations, simple calculations, how much calories you eat per day and what you eat. So you might get a precise idea, okay, so next 3 months I will look so beautiful, whatever. So like in the 2 months I'm supposed to lose like 4 or 6 kilo of fat, not the water. So as I explained before, possible to lose 10 kilo per week. Yes, it's possible, but you will lose the water, not the fat. Yeah, it looks a bit better, it will look smaller, but you drink and come back again. So all of the bloggers who make a video with like incredible weight loss, it's nothing compared to fat. Because for losing fat, you need to lose a lot of time. And let's say, without any stress, you can lose about a kilo per day, or not per day, a kilo per week. If you will be fasting, after 3-4 days, you will lose 1 kilo weight per day. So half of it and more half, it will be water. So approximately 3-4, maybe 500 grams of fat you might lose per day. But it depends from what weight category you are and how much fat you store. So it will be really different for different people. So it can be like quite big variation. But I'll tell you approximately. So after 3 days of fasting, and every next day you will lose about 1 kilo of weight, and good part of it will be fat, but also you will lose the muscles. But such after catabolic effect, and if you're sporty, it will be quite easy to get it back, or you just keep active for remind your body you need your muscles, you will use it, because everything what you not use, body just try get rid of it. So for take care of your fat, no need to spend much energy, and you just have it, that's it. But for the muscles, it's same like you have additional rooms in your house and you need to clean it, you need to bring the food there, you need to take care of it, you need the extra energy, so you need the extra calories. So your heart need to work more for circulate the blood everywhere. Especially, let's say if you was a 70 kilo and now you're 80 and you have a 10 kilo of muscles, so you need much more work for serve the muscles. Because if genetically your parents not working really hard and you don't have this gene information, your body just get rid of it as soon as possible. Because body focus only on 2 things: survive, keep your body alive, so not spend much calories, just keep it well, and for reproduction. So reproduction function is really important for send your genes later and so on. But if you're really active, you're really healthy, it means genes you will send to your kids, will be much better. And if your kids will do the same, your grandkids will be even more healthy, even better looking, and even more fit. It's common sense. So basically it's called the selection. Another example I can provide you about the slaves. So when the, let's say, Spanish or Portuguese or British or French, whatever, came to Africa and make a deal with the local people who have authority, who catch the some there. So basically they kill them anyway and have a lot of fight from it. Yeah, it depends how good in history. So what I try to say, they always try to find some strong looking people who can they sell and who they can make some money on it. And yeah, the slaves need quite strong. And later on they said which woman and which man they can have a kids together. So they find some more strong looking. So it's mean they make a selection for have a stronger kids later. And all of them who was some disease or weak heart and so on, they just died. All of the slaves died. So it was artificial selection for quite a long time. That's why all of the past generation, like grandkids, they already born with a really good genetics. So probably they get much smarter than their ancestors because they need to survive. They always aware of something and staying in a high level of stress. And they much stronger physically because they always working hard, like a few generations. So basically such people, they cannot do like literally anything, and they will be with the low amount of fat. They will be strong looking. They can do a little bit of exercises one time per week and they will look super fit and so on. So basically such examples you can see on, let's say, on Africans who in Europe or States or whatever. And it can be like many other examples how the people make a selection for make a breeds for the make a stronger dogs, like a fighting dogs or horse, riding horse, and etc. Chicken who have more meat and grow faster, and cows and whatever. So basically people who have any idea about genetics and selections, they will be like even more clear to it. So if you're interested, you can find out. It's not hidden information, everything open source, and it's like a common sense, have like brilliant logic. So yeah, the cardio is what we discussing today. As I said before, let's say you manage already your food, you have a good result, but let's say result is not such good if you want to. Maybe because you're a big guy, 120, 130 kilos, so you need to take care of your muscles, you need a lot of calories, but you want to be lean, but it's not so easy. Let's say 1 month you do the certain cardio exercises. After 1 month, you already not get the same benefit for the same exercises because your body focuses only on two things for the reproduct and save the energy just for survive. And your body don't want to spend any energy of anything useless, let's say. Okay, if you eat more carbs, whatever, we put it in the fat. So the best way, always change your exercises, and not only cardio, it can be your fitness exercises, etc. So if you do the cardio, 1 month you're walking, next month you can swimming, next month you can walk upstairs, downstairs, next month you can do the HIIT cardio, next month you can do the cycling, next month you can do the rolling machine in a way for keep the certain heartbeat and so on. Next month you can do the yoga, or you can find the 3 ways. Let's say you really enjoying kayaking, you really enjoying cycling, and you enjoying walking. So you can do it one by one. Even if you do the cycling or walking, you can do it a different way each time. So if you've been in a gym at least once in life, and if you saw the machines, so probably you see the different schedule for the machines, different programs. Oh, let's say you're walking fast. After you slow down, take a rest, walking fast again, slow down, take a rest, walking fast again. Or maybe run, walk fast, run a little bit, walk fast, so you can run like 1 minute. So you make different changes and your body don't know what it will be and spend more energy. But if you will run like really fast, probably in your DNA it will be a program like, okay, it's a danger, we need to run for survive, and your body don't know what's going on. Your body don't know, you just try to burn fat, but it will be use all of the energy sources, and energy, amino acids, is really easy to take from your muscles. So if you run really fast and long time, so probably you'll have a program like need to survive, run away from an animal or other people who try to kill you, and your body will be focused only for taking maximum energy from everywhere it's possible, and not only sugar. And if your, let's say, adrenaline level will get higher, you will use even more. So you might burn quite a lot of your muscles, even if you will not see it visibly in the first time, on what you'll spend quite a lot of time working hard in the gym and so on. But when you just working or do like low, boring job during long time, cleaning your house, whatever. So yeah, if you're a housewife, just spend 1 hour a day instead of maid to do some work at your home by your own hands, and you can shut the 2 rabbits. You can make everything clean and nice, and you can do your cardio for make your heart stronger, boost your hormone system a little bit, even a little bit is quite enough, and yeah, for make less fat in your body and looks much better for your husband and so on. So basically, it will be quite silly for explaining all of the benefits. Probably it's obvious already. So yeah, for changing any cardio, yeah, just changing over and over again if you wanna get more benefit from it. So you can do the different exercises and you can do the different activity. So you can start from lower and get to higher, and from high intensity you can get low. You can make it in a very lot of different variation. Or you can walk and after swim, or you can half an hour swim and after walk, or you can cycling after walk, or walk and cycling, and so on. And you can find as many combinations you want to. So it only needs to focus your mind on a certain thing. Then your imagination can create anything for you. So basically it's what personal trainers usually do for people. They try to make it more interesting training, less boring, and like more active or less active, depend from the aim. So depend the person wanna gain weight or lose weight, or maybe have like knee problem or elbow problem, so need to create a different exercises. Same like in yoga. If you have a back problem or knee problem or kidney problem, you use certain position what make it better and can give you kind of improvements, and you not do another position what it make worse, so you're not stretching too much and so on. And you create a long chain of exercises what will be helpful for your knees or your neck, or maybe you have a problem with the digestion, so you will focus on another things, or maybe you want to make your heart stronger, different purpose as well. So for make your heart stronger, if you burn with a weak heart, so only way you training 2 times a day. So it can be 2 times half an hour, 2 times 1 hour. It might be just really easy training, so it's only way how you can make it stronger. But if you're a professional athlete, you need to be really careful about your heart, because if you're training too much and your heart is getting too big compared to your blood vessels, you might get problem again, because there will be too much pressure in it. This means you need to be careful about your diet, drink enough water, so all of your blood cells will be separated from each other. Maybe need to do the breathing techniques like Vipassana, pranayama, or other slow breathing for make electronic process for separate your blood cells from each other. In same way, let's say on the beginning of your career, you know you want to be professional athlete, It means you will be training really hard, or you're training really hard already. So it's a big variety of exercises you will do, and a big, let's say, chance your heart will be bigger as normal, and so on. So you need to take care of your dietary and hormone system from the beginning, for be sure all your body growing in the same ways, mean like your body will produce equal level of hormone growth and so on. So let's say if you gain too much weight, maybe you need to do some fasting or ultimate fasting, what called AF, or many other names. We'll come back to it later, for reduce your weight or keep balance it, and also keep balance your hormone level and your dietary as well, and so on and so on. And yeah, I'm not in a fan of the hospitals and the doctors, but in this case it might be reasonable. Let's say once a year come to the doctor, check your heart, like its size and blood pressure and everything is going well or not. So if you are fine, it's cool. If not, so then you need maybe replan your trainings or make additional system for you for not make it worse and so on. Probably I will not give you a surprise like how many professional athletes got injury or heart problem or even died. And yeah, they mostly it heart and blood vessel disease, especially in the brain. So might be some tips from yoga will be extremely useful. So like upside down position, like the only way what make your blood vessels in the head a bit stronger when you for a short time you increase the blood pressure there. So let's say upside down on the handstand or the headstand, you stand for 1 minute, take rest, 1 minute again, and next week you do it maybe 3-4 times. Next month you try to do it longer and do more poses, just standing and upside down and so on, for make your blood vessels really strong. Also, if you can believe that, I didn't find any proof of myself, but I said on any upside down position, you might boost your hormone system a little bit when you in a certain position from yoga or upside down. It's have a tiny stimulation. So probably yeah, on a 1-2 training you will not feel anything, but maybe if you do it few months, maybe you'll feel anything, whatever. I didn't done it such long, I done yoga just sometimes. I cannot say I had any difference in feelings. Maybe it had something, but you cannot feel it. But anyway, we're fighting for any small benefits for our body, for being more fit and stronger, and we try to make a whole research of all of the useful information and use it. So probably it will be really interesting research about the food, because 99% of food around it's not suitable for eat, not natural, genetic modified and full of preservatives, pesticide, herbicide and so on. So yeah, basically we're killing ourselves with the food, and it affects everything, not only our brain, like sugar or aspartame, potassium, fluoride, chloride, whatever. Just affect our heart, nervous system and everything else. So everything make a big line of from action what we do on a daily basis. So basically on topics I want to stop, I done already, and on my opinion for the beginners and new people who don't know much about it will be quite enough just for have an idea what to do, how to do, what benefits get from it. And yeah, better to do at least something than not do nothing. So if you have a half an hour a day, at least use it for your body. If it will be too small benefit, it's better than we will not have any benefit at all. And if you reduce a little bit your diet, a little bit your activity, for sure you'll get some benefits later on. So even if you lose, let's say, a few kilo of weight, few kilo of fat in your body, is better than no results as well. So it means if you have a lot of extra weight, mean you have too much pressure on your blood vessels, and it might bring you to the blood vessels problem or heart problem and so on. So if faster you will reduce it, it's better for you. Okay, so how it's going here? Looks pretty much cool. And yeah, let's keep going until we come back to the same place. So yeah, we can discuss something deep, let's say. Yeah, today it was really physical, connect to our physical reality conversation, but hopefully it will be useful enough. I done a few other exercises with few other videos, sorry, what I made before, quite similar, but still some repeating. It just increase the learning process. So yeah, what about discuss why we live in so cruel, dangerous, violent and unfair world, and see all of these terrible things around. In any country, you just put the news on and we see only killing, economy problem, raping and other stuff. So again, depend from your belief system, your religion, from what you learn, where was you educated, what's your background and what parents teach you. We have all these different opinions. So we can assume that everything was made by some mysterious creator. Maybe it's experiment, some kind of test, or just for fun, or whatever, just to give a gift to us. Or maybe we just in a program of some programmer who do all of this world and nature around with a certain purposes, what we need to figure out. And it might be the best detective in our life, because we need to do it by ourselves. Because if we listen to any messiah or priest, they will give us the idea what need to them in their own purposes, and probably these purposes will be quite commercial, what we can find out in real. I mean, what we can see everywhere in real. Or maybe we just in a dream of someone or some creature, or let's say Brahma, who dreaming and see us, and his might create us. Or maybe some other creatures create their whole reality, but they mind. It can be anything, so it doesn't matter who created. Someone minds, spirits, the energy who create everything by yourself. It was made in a purpose. And let's assume that everything is a theory based on theory and theory, what we can find 1,000 around. So the purposes, we're supposed to grow, we're supposed to develop, we're supposed to go to another way of I don't know, being, let's say, and we should working hard on it. We're supposed to get smarter, get more fit and strong, not only physically, I mean spiritually. So and everything is connected by my beliefs. So your mental health, your mind, your memory, everything is connected to creativity, let's say. And that's why we have a certain environment where we surviving, fighting, living in a high level of stress. Because if we will be in really relaxed and a normal way of being, when we have everything what we need and we don't need to do anything, we will just become a super lazy monkey. In Indonesia, when I travel, I saw the monkey who was fed by tourists, and was so many tourists and monkey, they was really fat. Like, I never saw such fat monkey with a super big belly. They move really slowly, and for sure they cannot jump on trees and play with the tigers like you can see some monkeys in a zoo or whatever. Same, I saw some lizard in a hotel who was fed by people, and they was really fat. They more remind me kind of fish, what nearly moving, like a big flat spot, like a pancake. So if we will be in an environment super safe, super friendly, we will not do anything. We will not work on our memory. We will not try to be more creative. We will not learn more information for save ourselves or try to survive, because it will be not necessary. And it probably will be no development, and it will be no personal or spiritual growth at all. But when you're always in a danger, let's say you in a jungles or anywhere else in a wild environment, you should be like super smart. You need to predict a lot of things, where the animals can be, from where they can come from, how to protect from them. You need to train in for fight with them or maybe with other tribes and so on. And you develop yourself, you understand. So alone, you cannot do anything, and you stay in a commune. So by history, yes, again, if we can believe that, before all people stay in a community, because it was really convenient to stay in a big group of people. What became to grow to higher development and became to the civilization and so on and so on. But in a big group of people, it's easy to hunt, it's easy to protect from animals, easy fight with other tribes and so on, easy to take care of ourselves and so on. And this development is never stopped. So let's say we grow from the tribes who stay in a cave to the world we stay in now, with a really high infrastructure, high technology, law, agriculture, army, and so on. What give us the chance to live in this way? Of course, it's way not perfect, and we're not perfect at all. And it's maybe another 1,000 of years for development, especially spiritual, because mostly it was focused on physical things, and we skip a lot of things about our mental health. Still, many people feel depression, live in a high level of stress. A lot of people, even when we have a lot of food and money and everything, work and let's say security and stability, people feel not happy, people feel not joy. If you go to any big city, you will not see many people around who walking, smiling, or laughing. So if you're in a kindergarten or school, you can see a lot of people kids, who are always joking, running around, full of energy, really joy, and so on. And then you look on the adults, and nothing like that, even close, I would say. So what I try to say about this theory, so we live in this super unfair world, really dangerous and cruel, where there's a lot of fraud around and people ready to abuse you, rather steal something. It's only in the purpose for make you more smarter, more creative, for you will be able to predict a much more things and so on. So let's say people who live on the north, we can say, for example, Russia or China, south and north parts. So on the north, people more active, they move more, they work harder, because they have a really short period of time of summer where you need to grow the food, and after dry it or make it pickle or make something for store it for the winter and so on. It's cold, you cannot just lay down and relax, you need to move, because it's simply cold. That's why the exercises is more physical. And when you go in the south, everything is growing during the year, summer, all of the year, people more relaxed, and exercises more like with the meditation, energy, more smooth and lazy, and people more calm and living in different lifestyle. It's nothing good and bad, it's just to compare, and maybe for make our experience more complete, for see such differences and so on, and analyze information and make a certain conclusion in our heads and so on. But I think when you're in a different environment, it just push you from everywhere around for move forward. So let's say if you will be living in a place where everyone joy and happy, probably you will become more or less the same. And if everyone the criminal around, like criminal area, it will be absolutely fine for you to be the same. And if you stay in really nice area where there's musicians, painters, some designers, so probably you will behave closer to that people, because the environment make a huge influence on you. So basically, if you know the basics of the psychology, it will give you nothing new information for you. The same like I try to explain it Jack Fresco in his books and videos as well. So it makes a pretty strong sense. And all of the environment we living on, it just push us forward for to do something. For example, it's impossible for make a really good company, a really good business when you don't have a competitors. When you have hundreds of similar company, it means you need to make a much better service of your company. It means you need give some better benefits of it. It means you need to create something really unique and different from others for stay on market and so on, because you might business or other competitors will be better than you and so on. Same in the sport. So you have like a lot of competitors, really good athletes who training really hard, and be number one, you should training much harder. And here, like all of the aspects, like your genetics, your training, your coach, your nutrition, everything is matter. And get the first place is only the number one, right? So if you will be in an environment where you have no strong competitors, so probably you will not training that hard, because you know, like, oh, it's like no one on the same level as me, so no need to train that hard. But if it's a lot of people who want to be first, who want to beat all of the shit out of you, so yeah, you have no choice. You need to be like a super strong and training really hard for get maybe even on a certain level, on the same level, I mean. So maybe all of the things we can take any aspect, not only about our physical life or our spiritual, mental life. So everything like so put so much pressure on us, so cruel, so dangerous, only for keep us move. So maybe the purpose of the creator, programmer, this kind of director, dreamer, whatever, for develop all of this world much higher. So maybe that's why we have a black holes in the universe, supernova what's exploded and so on, just because a certain, I don't know, organism or environment in the universe was developed, and it's same way it's growing, it's destroying everything, fighting, exploding, whatever, just for get to the new level of development. Perhaps. Of course, it might be just imagination, whatever. But if you think logically, what I try to do, just analyze information, see what it like that, and what the purpose and so on, that might be in this purpose. Okay, almost get back. So if we connect everything together, let's say the friendly and super violent aliens, the different spirits of forest and river who take care of everything, will be happy to help to the people, other creatures, and bad spirits, demons, energetic vampires, and so on, who just abuse people, make them dumb, try to possess, and everything. So maybe the like whole system, a huge pattern, it was made for make everything grow and develop. So maybe that's why we can see like really violent environment in our body. The cells eat cells, one bacteria kill another one, leukocyte kill the virus, and so on. They fighting all the time, and we have a penicillin, and the bacteria try to change all the time for not be affected by penicillin, and etc. From the same way, we can see the animals will try to be brighter for attract the female or male or whatever. And animals try to hide better, run better, swim faster and so on for survive and be better for catch more food. And it's developing, and yeah, everyone kill each other, eat each other. So, well, when you don't want to be involved in it, to be vegan or vegetarian, we see around a lot of really, let's say, strange and unfair things. So we need to think a lot about many things around. So still, pure logic, nothing else. Don't want to persuade anyone in anything. It's just so it just thoughts out loud. Then we take all of the huge combinations of the things I mentioned before, and it seems like you just have no choice. So you learn and learn more information, you're training hard and hard, your genetics getting better, your genes collect more and more information during the hundreds of thousands of years, and sooner or later you became like a super creature, maybe way more high developed than some divine creatures, what we call the gods or whatever. So instead of sitting on the sofa doing nothing, why we not read some more books, learn some cool information, maybe at least to watch some documentary, I don't know, listen something interesting what might blow your mind, go to the gym, think about the future, I don't know, work on the project of your business, creating a better business plan, just to do something. I don't know. When I travel, I really... All right, it was disconnected. I don't know where I stopped. So yeah, basically we in charge in reality we create around. We in charge in future what we created, in our happiness, mental state, and our health. We in charge of everything. So basically, everything depends from us. So just I wish you to never stop for develop yourselves and be hungry to all of the new things and be super cool. All right, I'll done a walk for now and see you tomorrow.